Brothers and sisters, generals, family, younger or older, current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view, I salute you. May that great divine come on your life and bring nothing but blessings, righteous blessings and prosperity, mind, body, and soul, and keeping our seeing, hearing, and feeling sharp. Stay at it, always practice ways and study things with, that got to do with the mind and sanity to stay sane. We got to do things to maintain it too. Never get to a space where we think we're done. We're never done. There's levels never run out until we transition, but our spirit will live on. So that's why we do all these righteous things, not to be this perfect person or be this cosmic, influencer, or this is everyday life. This is outside social media, and we get to a space of awareness or age when we are finally, and I put emphasis on finally, wise. We see things like this over and above the horizon, never ever, man, let things devalue us. We are all valuable. It just depends on how one feels about oneself, to the pit of that soul where that divine resides, as well as mother nature. As I always like to say, my general, salute. I stutter sometimes, but we'll keep it moving. I always say that great divine protect us deep within. Mother nature protects us on the outside, which I'm going to get in nature today. I've been beating myself up about it. It's been some beautiful days. I got to stop missing beautiful days. And go see my son Ethan today, and I'm going to contact my son Lord Lamont, and we got to get this podcast in about hip hop what ifs, and connect. We got to connect to our families and children, when we can. It's for me too now. I got to work in this area. So, this is what we do. Self therapy, if you're able to, everyone has a divine ability, especially melanated brothers and sisters. It's just a matter of reaching in and pulling it out, and get through all the old ways of thinking. We thinking new now. We above and beyond. We 1,000 notches. Remember, with seventh nature. Some feel it, some don't. We beyond awakening. We on some other shit, as I heard Tech 9 say in a rhyme. Salute. We on some other shit, but not to hurt ourselves or hurt no one else. Always fixate on having a righteous ripple effect, man, and just whatever gift we have to give an impact to humanity and or culture, small or big, do it right where we are. Just do it. Don't think too much, but think just enough. I always say we stimulate our minds in the right direction. Not too much stimulation, but just enough to keep us focused and always creating and coming up with ways to have solutions. Never be the freaking problem. Always look for a way to be the solution. Even when it's challenging, stay at it. Keep chipping away. A lot of us know, do that reflection. How many things have we chipped away and finally made it through that so-called stress wall? We broke through it, many barriers. So it's no different than now, just a different era, different ways, and we have to outsmart the machine, and nothing, and I mean nothing, can compare to the human spirit. And NI, and that NI stands for natural intelligence. I want everybody to marinate on that. Natural intelligence. All intelligence, AI, machines, inventions, creations, all stem from human beings. So intelligence come from us. So that's why a machine can't compare to the human spirit. Because just do your studying. Look at those down through history who had little or nothing and had the biggest adversaries against them, where they had no weapons hardly, but their enemy had everything, and they still conquered them. Think of that, and that's what I mean about that human spirit. We've seen amazing stories where maybe people got in an accident and didn't get hurt and got out of it alive and inspired others. That's called energy. That's another thing that the human has. Natural energy and not artificial energy. There's a difference. And I'll even use the movie I, Robot as an example. Remember the scene where the robot had a choice to save, well, remember Will played in the movie, but Will was the cop. Remember, he had a choice to save him or the little girl. And the robot chose to save Will instead of the girl and let the little girl die. So he lived with that out through the movie. He was angry at robots because of that. And that's what I mean right there. And what happens to a machine and a computer? And it's something I say all the time. They always got to be updated. There's always a glitch. Now I can use that same analogy for humans. We have glitches too, but those that have worked on themselves and dealt with all their issues, this brother or sister, younger or older, family member, we begin to change, and we no longer have kinks. And again, when you're righteously motivated to the pit of your soul, and there are no wrong intentions at all, we won't have any more glitches. I always say less stress, no stress at all. So humans, once we get in touch with that divine spirit that resides deep within, really connect to it, there won't be many glitches, and we won't need a lot of updates. And and things we do have to fix and human errors we have are natural. They're not artificial. There's a big difference. So that's why we have to outsmart the machine. Don't let the machine outsmart us, because all this stuff stems from melanated brothers and sisters, because we are almost like computers. Again, just do your research, look down through history, not trying to make it look like, it's the truth. You even have Caucasians, that has done research, that knows the heroic abilities, things we're able to do without even speaking, the vibrations, the magnetic vibrations that melanated brothers and sisters can give off. It's a part of history. Of course, I have to do some more research because I don't want to mislead people or give wrong information. But there is in history, there was a time, just my opinion and theory, as I said on other podcasts, there was a time in history, but that when our ancestors could do things that was, that most people couldn't do now, that they did with the human body. But now we have some that came close. Like I would say most people, like maybe Buddhists, but you really have to be in touch with oneself. You can't be wavered by anything, because it's easy to be positive and talk about the power of silence and all that stuff, but doing it and saying it is two different things. But when we go through the steps and get through the human part of our body and get past that and able to study our psyche and staying away from stress and drama, anything that can keep us from thinking cosmic thoughts. Because again, if we do a little research on our melanated ancestors, the ones that were real, and that was about life and breathing life and spiritual and enlightenment, those ancestors, far or near, well, I'll say far, but I'm talking about trillion billion years ago, wherever the time where that God voice was magnified and they were able to do things with their mind, so that's where the creation and ideas and the concept for computers stem from. So that's why I say outsmart the machine. Nothing, and I mean nothing, can compare to the human spirit. So keep that NI, which means natural intelligence. And it's cool it's convenient in some areas. It's we're in that age, we have to use it in some things. I'm aware of this too. I'm not one of those. To be honest, it's this Caucasian guy I seen on YouTube, and I was very impressed. And he's living, and I'm sure I have to research and see if it's any brothers and sisters. I think it is that's living off the grid, because it's easier said than done. Now, we can do this mentally in our mind. I actually got a podcast right here on my channel about being mentally off the grid, because that's where it starts, right? Begins with a thought. Then we take action. But I seen a Caucasian dude here right on YouTube, and he's literally living off the grid, and the things he's doing, it's impressive, because when we're off the grid, we have to tap into our brains more. So when we're offline, we're not on the computer. Only thing we have, not that we rely on the machine, but just as an example, when we're offline, when we're not looking at computers and phones and all that, we're using our brain more. So that's what the dude was explaining. You know, again, I know we got brothers and sisters are probably doing the same thing. I just happened to scroll across it, and I was with this, and I seen at the bottom, watch me live off the grid. And I thought it was interesting, you know, because, you know, stuff I think about, and a lot of us do. My generals out here, salute, brother or sister, family member that just want to live a great life and not get lost in the machine. You know what I mean? But it was impressive, and he was speaking on how we use more of our brain when we're not on the machine as much, because sometimes we can be on this thing, and this me too, you know, even if we're doing positive stuff, even then it can have us draw it in where we're sitting there for hours on end. We have to watch that too. Sitting in the chair is not good for our back. Again, it's for me too, folks. I have to do things like this, and, you know, and teach myself and change up and do different things, you know. That's why I said, like I said earlier, gotta get my ass in nature. A lot of beautiful days outside. I'm sitting in a damn house looking at a damn computer, you know. Again, it's for me too. So I'm going to get my ass out today and enjoy some weather, you know. Hopefully it'll be sunny all day. The sun just went down, but it's beautiful out. So yeah, just get in nature when we can, so we can keep that NI. And what I say that NI stand for, natural intelligence. It's something that we all have. It's just some of us, it takes time for us to develop it, you know. And it's not about being this, you know, perfect smart person. It's just being intelligent, doing the right thing, and, you know, sticking with family the best way we can, and just looking for ways to live a better and greater life, and have that real knowledge and pass it on to the rest of the generals that ride along, not follow. Because as I say, we are leaders and teachers. We are not followers. We changing that damn narrative. No, we are students of what? Of human nature, you know, the universe and ourselves. And I was listening to an interview with Nick Cannon and KRS-One, and man, I got KRS-One on my channel here. It's about probably about 3 seconds. It's not a real long clip, but it's just it's a clip of him dropping some knowledge. I'm gonna put it in the end screen, and I'm telling you, KRS-One, salute. He be dropping knowledge all the time, and he said he used God, the universe, and nature, and he explained his analogy in the most brilliant way. He said that's the only gun we need to have is God, the universe, and nature. Now that's KRS-One. That's not mine. He said that. But ain't that dope? That is dope. See, and that's the things that will come into our psyche when we're not too lost up in this social media and media. Because as I said, there's a difference. You have the media, then you have social media. But you know, when you can, you know, because some of us, we know how to regulate ourselves. We've learned, you know, over time. But again, just have to be careful, because always be aware, brothers and sisters, young or old, family member. This thing can be very, very powerful. Just got to keep that awareness, you know, and know when we're being on it too much. You know, this is just, like I say, I just suggest, teach, and give advice. Anything to keep us healthy, you know, as well as eating, you know, read, and again, connect with family when we can, children, significant other if you have one. You know, even if you're by oneself, brother or sister, younger or older, get in nature when we can. You know, hey, I've learned this within the last 2 or 3 years too. I haven't always spoke like this and thought about things like this. This is why we get offline sometimes. So we can get the full beauty of life in our brain. You know, we don't get a piece of mind. We get a whole mind. And I actually learned that from a great brother. He used to say that, you know, it's just wonderful when we honor thy teacher, the real teacher, you know, because what we learn from a real brother or sister, that's a teacher, it sticks with us forever, and it just stays in our righteous memory bank. Because when we're looking for gratitude and we're seeking positivity, remember, a means for creating a better life, not always a soft thing. It's just how we come at every situation, whether it's person, place, thing, whether it's in the world, politics, artists, celebs. You just have to be analytical about things and outsmart this machine. I love to rhyme. And outsmart this machine, because I'm telling you, I don't care what nobody say. Nothing in this whole wide world can beat the human spirit when it's divinely connected and it's on fire and not taking no shit and don't care about person, place, or thing if it's insignificant. You know, I ain't talking about, always got to reiterate, we care, but not about things that we don't need to care about. You know, don't let entertainment sway us, you know, and don't forget to have fun too, because that enemy of fear, that enemy of discouragement and things that want to pull you away on the outside will make us forget about just having natural fun, natural intelligence, and just enjoying life, you know, and just put the phone down and close the laptop and just say, you know what, for a few hours, I'm just going to soak up this air and just look up to the sky and see how beautiful it is. And study on where clouds come from, why the sky is blue, how the sky matches with the water, how the sky meets with the water, how beautiful that is. It's wonderful, you know, and just seek out and divine knowledge. And guess what, brothers and sisters, when we meditate deeply, it will come to us, you know, because again, see, these things that I'm saying and come to my mind right now, because I'm not caught up in this here machine. You know, it was a time when I was, now it's as some of us was, you know, we learn, you know, we have to learn. You know, I've seen a quote today. Mike Tyson had a quote on one of those little pictures you see with the quotes across it in the yellow with the black letters. And he said, it's not about the mistakes that we make that make us wrong, is that, you know, make us wrong or keep doing it. It's when we don't learn from them. It's not about making a mistake, it's not learning from them. So those are the things that keep us on fire, keep us moving. Because again, outsmart the machine, brothers and sisters. You know, use it for what it is, see it for what it is, you know, be aware of things to come. Of course, we don't be naive to how the money is going to change, and we're stepping into the digital age. But at the same time, nothing in this whole wide world, I don't care what nobody say, can beat the human spirit. You know, just check the history of those, again, that had little or nothing, and took many people with them, you know, to a goal of freedom, you know, a righteous purpose, you know. And brother or sister, some in our families, you know, that put their foot down and refuse to let that machine take over them, you know, even before social media, real talk. So it's wonderful. So be thankful if you are aware and you're in a space where you can see and have clarity, my favorite word, because it's the best thing one can have. And self-awareness is the best education, because when you're self-aware, you won't be caught up into the toxic part of the machine, real talk. So we just have to know this, you know, this was just something that was in my spirit, you know, get in nature when we can, meditate daily, take it serious, you know, because deep meditation is very, very important, you know, and you hear many of us speak on this kind of stuff, you know, but it's easier said than done. Like I said, power of silence and all that stuff, easier said than done. But when we make it a practice, and we won't get caught up in the toxic part of the machine. And like I said, even when we're being positive, we'll realize it, how once we are aware of how powerful the media and social media and the sways of this world can be, when we're aware of it, we won't be caught up. So just stay strong, my brothers and sisters, family, generals, current subscriber, new subscribers. Salute. Keep on, man. Keep connected. I know most of you are connected because you listening. If you're listening to the sound of one's voice and you have heard other teachers and you have wise things within you, whether it's from family or friends or something you searched on your own, be thankful, because having a stable mind can be very, very challenging. Don't take it light when we learn stuff, you know. As long as it's righteous, if it seems kind of weird, step into it. Step into that part of the brain, again, that we let lay dormant, that can bring those cosmic things into us. It's not impossible. It's all about the willpower and how much we're willing to learn and how much we're willing to feel and see what that great divine and Mother Nature want to show us. So, man, I'm telling you, nothing in this world can beat the human spirit. Nothing. I don't give a damn what it is. You know, many of us know this. Check the history, brothers and sisters, and outsmart this machine and be the generals that we are, and the generals we have been. Again, nothing in this whole wide world. I don't care about no AI. Keep that NI, natural intelligence, because nothing can ever beat the human spirit. Salute.